Yo, how's it going, guys? It's White Bro Reactions. Come back for another reactional video, and today we're taking another dive into the Warhammer universe once again. Another 40k video. The last one we did was the Astartes 1 to 5 video, and if you guys haven't checked out, make sure to go and check it out. That was an absolute pleasure to watch, and that was a fan-made one. So it was similarly, I think, related to the 40k and the Space Marine and all that other sort of universe, but we're not specifically looking for a 40k. We just typed in Warhammer, and this came out a week ago. So this is the Warhammer 40k 40,000, the new edition cinematic trailer. So I'm very interested to see what this is. This didn't say, like, you know, 40k the Emperor will rise and it's just the next chapter. This seems to be completely new, so I'm a little bit interested to see how it is. Again, guys, if I go in it not knowing too much knowledge, I do apologise about that, but I don't follow Warhammer very often. So I will definitely probably ask questions to do with this. So if you guys don't mind answering, that'd be absolutely appreciated massively. Without further ado, guys, let's get straight to the video. I'm quite excited to do this. 3 minutes and 26 is what we got to work with. Let's go.
In the darkness between the stars, the weak and the faithless find no deliverance. We are raised to believe that the God Emperor watches over us all. And so we are charged to cleanse
She just
the
does it
mutant,
really
the
quick.
heretic, the alien. We must not falter. We are his sword. We are his wrath. Even in the face of death, we shall not submit.
Oh, is that her ended? Nope, she's still going. Never mind.
Suffering is our prayer.
Oh shit, that's powerful. Okay, we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Faith is our armor. In battle, he offers us redemption. And for those who prove worthy, the Emperor sends forth his angels.
Is it angels? Dude? Oh, they like the Ultramarines? Is that what they're called? We'll talk about it. Oh, I'm sorry, I've already started. I'll start down.
Our Imperium is besieged. Across 1,000 worlds, we fight for our survival. Those that would tear humanity down are legion. Our forces are few. Our enemies many. There is no respite. There is no mercy. And in our darkest hour, a spiteful universe awakens forgotten evils to break us.
Don't even. He's really going in.
The galaxy burns. Yet still we stand, the last bulwark against the terror. And while we draw breath, we will fight. For in this new dark age, there is only war.
Okay. For 3 minutes 26, that's pretty good. Wow, okay. I was not expecting that one, but, you know, again, from watching that last video we did on the Astartes, the 1 to 5 one, even though it's fan-made, I can see why it's very related in terms of the cinematography way, the way they do this. Now, again, I know the games can be quite gory. The computer games, I know there is a board game version of the Warhammer. I don't think that is gory, but you know what I'm saying. And yeah, that's you can kind of see where they get their sort of ideas from, and I do like that sort of. Even the fans are just committed 100% to that sort of stuff. Like, you usually have fans, but I feel like these fans are like they'll be fans for like ever. You know what I mean? Which is fine. Now, getting into the video. Okay, so the first things first, I don't like this. I'm gonna be straight up and honest. Doesn't mean the video makes it bad. I personally just don't like it. I don't like the idea of showing your sort of logo, which is the Warhammer logo, and talking at the same time. It is done in cinematography, in games, movies, whatever. And it can work. I just personally don't like it. I feel like you should show this with a little bit of like, let's say I would put like maybe a little bit of like dark weather to this, like maybe a little bit of thunder or something, because it just feels right, doesn't it? It feels like, and then I would probably start talking about here, that dark. Now, there's always been that iconic in it into, you know, games and movies and stuff with the speaking, with the dark thing, the dark screen. So yeah, it's always personally that's how I'll start. It doesn't mean the video is bad at all. It's just my own personal opinion. So the one thing before I actually get into it and we run along it and just talk about it, there's a few things I want to point out I've really noticed. Now watch this. Look, we are raised to believe the God Emperor watches over us all. God Emperor, right? Let's move on a little bit. Charged to cleanse a mutant. Did I miss some? I don't know if I missed some. One purpose was oh. Don't think I did. We are charged. Okay, we are charged to cleanse the mutant. We'll go forwards a little bit more. The heretic, the alien. We must not falter. Not really that bit. We are his sword. That's another bit. Wrath, another bit. Again, I know we're jumping through it. But we'll go back and we'll talk about this more. But I just want to quickly state a quick point. Prayer. Suffering is our prayer. Faith is our armor. It offers redemption, a girl. Again. And those prove worthy. Seven forces angels, and I think that's kind of like the last bit. It's so drunk up on this religious belief, this cult. Now, again, if you guys are a fan of the Warhammer or the Warhammer 40k, then you guys might know this already, but obviously from someone who doesn't know too much about it, it seems to be it's very heavily drunk on this cultic religious sort of style, which is absolutely insane. It works very, very well. You know, a lot of people, when they look at, you know, extremists in religions in real life, they kind of see it as a negative thing, because most of the time it has very strict rules, very strict, and there's only you just only could do certain things and stuff like that. Where this is very strict, but people look at this like heroes. To a certain extent. Now, again, you might, guys, if you know the universe more, you might actually look at the Space Marines or whatever these people are. Yeah, who are these people? Who is this person? Because are these like the female Space Marines, or were they something else? Let me know in the comments, guys, who these people are. But they seem to be all drunk up on this sort of faith of the God Emperor. You know, the prayer, the wrath, the sword, which again we'll talk about a little bit more when we get to those specific scene points. But it's very drunk up on the religious factor. I just want to say it works very well. It works very well. And yeah, we'll talk about it a little bit more. So, starting off, we have these three soldiers. And it seems like it's fighting that, like, warp fire. You know, and again, guys, I know I said I don't know too much about the Warhammer. It's more about the Space Marine stuff. I know a little bit about normal Warhammer. I've played a lot of the Total War Warhammer. So I know a little bit. I don't know the backstories. I don't know, you know, these sort of character's history or whatnot. I just usually know the factions. You have the Skaven faction, which is a rat, and they tend to use the warp fire more than anyone else. And they seem to be using it. Maybe not. I could be wrong. I don't know. But yeah, like she goes, "Oh, let's do it," and they literally got disintegrated. Look, literally got up and they got disintegrated instantly. And then the great thing about this is, look, this is obviously a woman, right? And these must be like the infantrymen. So it's like the Marines to the Spartans in the Halo universe, right? I think. Maybe. And then the Space Marines and whoever these people are like the Spartans, you know what I mean? But this is quite powerful because then this is when she carries on talking. And it's like, it's kind of like, you could take it on the sense of this soldier person is looking at this person like that's the future her, because it seems to be a woman-dominated faction, I guess you could say. I don't know who they are. So again, guys, let me know who they are. And she literally just took him out like it was absolutely nothing. But yeah, again, we are charged to cleanse a mutant. Have it again, cleanse. You know, it's that sort of religious terminology. You could probably even use, you know, the smite even. I guess that could probably even work similarly to that. The heretic, again, heretic seems to be the disbeliever. I think that's that's the word for it. Again, a religious terminology. The alien is quite interesting though, because obviously I don't know if alien terminology is used in religious cultures, but usually aliens used in scientific cultures. So I really like that combination as well. It's very, very good. Obviously, there's quite a big divide between the two, isn't there? But this is quite cool.
Must not
so look, boom, 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 boom. And then literally the body falls back into the camera, and this, look how mean it looks. Just comes straight. It's not like they come in there just walking like this and they're looking mean. It's like even when it's down, they're fucking there, still going. It's that reinforcing that determination, that will, that strength. That it's just pure drive. And it's really, really cool. And again, with his sword, we'll strike him down. It's that sort of, and again, it knocks him down as well. And he's still shooting even them. That's quite powerful as well. We are his wrath. Stamps on the head. Now, again, this robot thing could be going to kill this space marine lady. I don't know. Again, I don't know the correct terminology, but we'll call them space marine lady for now, because I don't know who they are. We have his wrath. This even though the robot could be going to kill her, it kind of seems like it's limping, it's injured, it's crippled even, and it could even look like it begs for mercy. Even then, it's like having that boot, your like heel on the head. It's like the ultimate submission in it when you put your foot on something's head. It doesn't have to be someone. And yeah, it kills it because of it. Now, is this like the God King Emperor? Is this like the God, not God King Emperor? Sorry, I keep calling it God King. I'm so sorry. God Emperor, not God King Emperor. I'm thinking of Xerxes at 300. Yeah. Then this big thing comes out, and this is when we first find out there's a woman, and it's actually quite powerful because the reason why I thought that this lady was narrating the video was because when we first saw the three soldiers, as much as you know, they were fighting. You didn't see their mouths talk. So I guess you could say this is like talking in a past tense from one of these soldiers, which I did have that in my mind, but I thought, it seems like present tense almost, but it wasn't. It is past tense because she's talking like it's kind of like telling the story. You can kind of perceive it however you want. And then as soon as the God King watches over it all, you instantly knew that this person was narrating. Maybe. Bless me. So yeah, that's quite powerful again. Okay, skimming back to where we was. Yeah, so she gets a helmet cut off. This is when we first find out there's just a lady. And again, if you guys follow the universe quite heavily, then you'll probably know that this was already one. But for someone new like me, I didn't have a clue. I just had an idea. So yeah, when it's shot like this, it's quite interesting because it looks like the shot's gone into her face, isn't it? You can see in the reflection in her eyes that it's kind of like the end. It's like staring death in the face, and then it goes black. Oops, it goes black, and you kind of think that it's the end, and then obviously she's not. She actually gets hits in the arm, which is a bit like okay. Now this is probably the most powerful scene out of the whole thing. First thing is that why is it she got shot in the arm? She then either killed that robot or escaped, went into the door, walked quite a few steps, kneeled down, and then her arm is still intact quite substantially compared to the others. I mean, you look at these guys. I mean, look. What, in about 5 seconds it was disintegrated or so? Why is it she's not getting disintegrated? Is it the thickness of her armor, which is fine? But I want to know if there's more of a meaning to it, more of a religious, spiritual, magical sort of essence to it, which I would like to know. So let me know, guys, if you know why her arm didn't disintegrate or barely even look like it done. It just looks like her glove got burnt. That's it, really. Again, reinforcing that warp fire. Now, this is so powerful. This is so powerful. When you go to a cathedral or church, usually the most iconic in religious holy buildings is the paint-stained glass, ain't it? with the different symbols of Saint whoever or whatever religion it is. They always seem to have some form of painted glass, especially in the Christian faith, which is probably probably the most iconic thing. Now, if you have a look at this room, you have a little bit of orange here, probably representing fire, destruction. It's black, representing death or destruction again. And then look at this; it's completely bright. Like, there's no scratch on it, yet there's rubble everywhere. And it's that God rays shining down onto it. Such a powerful scene. And then also it says suffering as our prayer. She's suffering with the warp fire or whatever that technology or weaponry they're using, on her arm. And then she's almost in like a prayer stance. Obviously, prayer could be done in many different ways, but it actually tends to be on knees, isn't it? You usually see people on knees, again, usually, or sitting down in some form. So it's really powerful. With the light shining down, it's like her God Emperor is there looking over it, recognizing what she's doing, recognizing she's suffering, but because she's suffering is praying, if that makes sense. So it's like really mixing it around. It's like suffer and prayer. It could say if you pray, then you have to suffer at the same time. It's like the complete opposite. Usually when you pray, it's to wish good thinking. It's kind of like, I don't know, they could be that they're praying to get rid of the suffering, but I don't feel like it is. I feel like these are like stone cold, hardcore, battle-hardened soldiers that are not praying. They're praying to basically say, I failed, that sort of level. Interesting.
Faith is our armor.
Yeah, see, that's extremely powerful as well, because it's like, it has that sort of skull. Now, I don't know if this symbol is only in the 40k universe or it's in the whole Warhammer universe. I think it's in the Space Marine, the 40k, but let me know, guys, if it's in the whole universe as well. She says, faith is our armor. Now, when you think of armor, my first reaction is chest armor. You don't tend to think of, pauldrons or helmets and stuff like that, and shields and things. Your usually natural first reaction is the chest. I mean, that's for me personally. You might think different, that's fine. But yeah, and I think that's really powerful. And then faith is our armor. So it's really powerful because you can perceive it in different ways. You could say, like, obviously faith can only be perceived in one way. It's a very spiritual thing, and faith is having that belief, sometimes without even the evidence there. That's what faith is, putting a belief in, saying that there is no evidence and it might not turn out the way you believe in it. Is our armor. So it could be doing one or two things. It could be saying, the faith is their armor in terms of a mental strength, or it could be relating the spiritual aspect, which is the mental dust in the air, so to speak, mixed in with that sort of physical with the armor. Very powerful. Obviously, the camera pans up to her face, and she's kind of like struggling to maybe keep sane or maybe keep with that sort of determination. And then what? Just releases all that pain or suffering or whatever she's feeling. Then goes, and then her hand comes out in like kind of like a receiving sort of form, like they're receiving like a gift, and then it kind of pans down. Like with the women in the wedding dress, they say do a twirl, and they twirl, and then sometimes they say, oh, you look very different. It's that sort of style where it's twirling around, and now it goes red, and it's like it's healed.
In battle.
So I want to know why it's healed. Is that the God Emperor redeeming her? Because she's like, well, you fought against them on your own. You took out many. You fought as a valiant warrior. You do deserve the redemption because you've basically followed their sort of religious belief. Again, I want to kind of know why. Or maybe she's got some magic behind it. I don't know.
He offers us redemption.
And I love this bit because she goes to fight and she's taking it sword to sword. And this bit's brilliant. Send his angels.
His angels.
And as soon as she said angels, the freaking chainsaw went through. And I kind of knew at that point, to see the game I played, again, I can't remember what the actual game was called now, a long, long time ago, the most iconic was that chainsaw. And I was like, is that one of the Blue Marines or the Ultimans, I think they're called? And then obviously, it sort of was. And again, angels, it's that angelic, if you think of an angelic colour, it usually is blue. Like quite a light blue. You could even say boarding onto the line of white as well, that bluey white sort of colour. And where he's wearing quite blue and red, and I think that's so powerful. Now, it's kind of like like this. I mean, look, it looks like he's. Wow, I just realised it. Look at that. I know I'm a little bit in the way, but look at it. She sends forth his angels. What does he look like he's got in the background? It looks like he's got a pair of wings. Obviously, it's not perfectly in the back. The razors on him. He looks like he's been sent via God. That's mega powerful. And obviously, he comes out, and now it switches to these Ultramarines. Now, the reason why we did that when we first watched it, we didn't know, is because it's basically showing the different factions of this Space Marine or these, you know, this cult of religious belief. I think that the woman one and this male one, which was the Ultramarines here. Now, there might be women in the Ultramarines, I don't know. And again, you can let me know in the comments if that's right or wrong. Are now coming together. Well, I think before they didn't. So that's very strong, and it goes on to obviously say that. Now, the one thing I do like, okay, is this. Those that would tear down humanity at Legion, they end up straight away firing. Watch.
That would tear humanity.
Bang. Okay, well, we actually start shooting before it, so that's even better. Now, listen to this. Right?
Our forces are few.
Our forces are few. Then they suspect this guy dies, doesn't he? Because you hear this scream, and then he kind of goes down while they're still charging. Our forces are few. This is why it's few. Then watch this.
Our enemies, many.
So he's like the shield. He's like, you know, that's when he said the bulwark. He's like the shield, you know, the protect going in. He's like the leader, and our forces are many. So we're like looking left, we're looking right. There's literally enemies for as far as the eye can see. Again, it's the great thing about this is the narration. The narration with the cinematography is absolutely phenomenal, and it works so in time video. And I don't know what respite means. I don't even want to know what it means. It's like no mercy, I guess, maybe. And again, they're still fighting. This person dies, and they still go. Okay, maybe it's not mercy. Never mind. I don't know what respite means. I don't really give a shit. But I don't know certain things, just like everyone. And in now darkest hour,
a spiteful universe awakens forgotten evils to break us.
I don't know what forgotten evils to play with. Are these robots forgotten evil? You know, what does that mean? Now, this is awesome. If you remember last time when he came and saved that person, he was behind them. Now, these are not necessarily behind them, but they did the sort of thing that he did, and it's kind of like repaying the favour. They're on the same level. Quite powerful again. Look, she's standing like a fucking gangster, like an OG, right? And obviously she's got her army behind her now. Again, I take it these are female dominated, which is absolutely fine. I think that's actually pretty cool to have that sort of aspect as well. And then look, he kind of like nods in respect of like, it's like that mutual respect in it, basically. So like, I think maybe when he first saw it, he didn't really have too much respect. He's like, I'm an Ultramarine, I'm the Emperor's angels, blah 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 blah, and now he's kind of like going, well, you're kind of worthy. But I don't know. Maybe that's not the way to perceive it. And then obviously they all charge in.
Stand. The
And
last
they're going at
bulwark
it, and they're
against
fucking
the
all
terror.
fighting together. Look, they're going
And
at it.
while we
Brilliant. Yeah, I loved absolutely all of it. I had such a pleasure watching that, and I'm so excited for more Warhammer to come out. I don't know why this is, because this was released a week ago. I don't know why this is like come out. I don't know what's the relevance to this. But it's absolutely phenomenal. I think it's absolutely brilliant. I said it about every fucking video, but it did. It blew my brains away. For 3 minutes 26, it had me hooked. I wish it went on for at least 20 minutes, which we're probably going to do in this video. We can't have accomplished that anyway. So I do apologise for talking too much, but if there's stuff to talk about, I am going to talk about. And if you don't like it, right. But yeah, guys, that was absolutely phenomenal. That was so much fun to watch. I want to know a little bit of the backstory to these women. Again, I don't know if they're Ultramarines or blue ones, but I think they are Angelic Marines or whatever they're called. But yeah, the narration to the cinematography was absolutely insane. Like, it was perfectly in time. It just made it that much powerful. And I think for someone who's just watching the video without really analysing it, unfortunately for someone like me, and I know there are people like that out there, that we analyse a lot of cinematography stuff. Not everything, just like trailers sometimes I don't tend to, but cinematography, like this cinematic trailer, I don't know, I just seem to analyse it, and it's more of a curse than a blessing sometimes, because you sit there going, oh, they shouldn't have done that, oh, they should have done this, but no, it was absolutely phenomenal, and I don't think I would change. The only thing I would change is just the start bit, personally, but that's just me. So yeah, so let me know in the comments, guys, what you guys think. If you have anything to add, if you have any answers to the questions, I'll be very, very grateful if you could answer to them. And I'll be looking forward to hearing you guys once again, your opinions, thoughts, and everything else. It's great. It's absolutely fantastic. And again, guys, your support is absolutely amazing with every single video. Especially the Warhammer starters one is absolutely crazy and blown out in this world. So I just hope we can continue this. So thank you, everyone. Yeah, just thank you, everyone. Literally, I just have so much gratitude. So that is it for me today. Again, guys, if you have enjoyed it, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and comment down below. Like I've already said, if you have any other theories or anything you want to add, feel free to do so. This is what this channel is for, is to think of crazy theories to our heads. But yeah, this is Whiteboard Reactions, guys. Sign off for this video. Until the next one, have a good rest of your day. Stay safe out there. Until then, I'll see you later. Peace.